Hello and welcome to Rays of Hope, brought to you by the Purchase Area Sexual Assault and Child Advocacy Center. I'm your host, Amy Clovidance. Those of you who are familiar with PASAC know that prevention education is one of our 5 primary focus areas at the center. Today we've decided to take our show on the road. We are here at Morgan Elementary School. Morgan is one of the Paducah Independent School System's elementary schools, and we're here today to show you an innovative prevention education program that's sure to be a success story. I'm joined now by Vicki Conure. Vicki's the principal here at Morgan Elementary School. Vicki, thank you so much for having us on site with you today.
It's nice to have you here.
I'd like you to tell me a little bit about what's going on here at Morgan Elementary School as far as prevention goes.
We're excited about a new program that we have this year. It's a bullying program that's United Way. It's been sponsored by, about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now, we started a team, a committee, I guess you could say, that was looking into behaviors, discipline, how could we be more positive with our discipline. And so we went through a year of that, and someone, I can't remember now, it may have been Heather, came to us and talked to us at a management meeting, which we have district-wide, about PASAC and the programs that they offer. And then Heather came and spoke with us, my administrative team, and we talked about how we could incorporate some of their programs, which the bullying program was the one that we were more interested in. And so she and our guidance counselor, Ken Ryder, worked out a schedule, which at the particular time, I didn't realize it was going to be weekly, but I'm excited because it's better than just one shot, one time programs where people come in and, 2 days later they've forgotten it. This is a week-to-week thing that works into our schedule through our special areas. It's also worked into our practical living curriculum that the state requires. So it's working out. I guess as a principal, I was kind of nervous about it being weekly, but the benefits are showing up more so now than what I ever thought they would be, I guess.
You mentioned that this program has been written into your curriculum as part of that statewide daily living.
Mm-hmm. Practical living.
Practical living.
Mm-hmm.
How have you done it? I know that schools struggle for time so much. How have you managed to fit yet one more thing in?
Well, my special area teachers pretty much took it on, and they've worked with their lesson plans. They think it's important too, so they've carved out time so that they can give enough time for it. I think it's 30 minutes every Wednesday with particular grade levels, and so they're just working around and incorporating it into part of it, since it is already part of our state curriculum. Also, the state has been pushing us to become more aware of bullying and to do some things with it. So this works right into that also.
Well, this is truly a holistic approach then. You're incorporating this at every aspect of a student's day.
We're trying to.
Why is this important to you?
It's very important because if students don't feel safe in the classroom, then they're not going to learn. So whatever the teacher's teaching or whatever's going on, whatever learning is going on, they've got to feel safe, they've got to feel comfortable, they've got to feel secure. So we're hoping that that translates into some of the data that we're looking at. I asked my assistant principal, Mr. Scheffer, to look at, referrals and bullying in the beginning, and let's track the data throughout the year to make sure it makes any difference. Then we'll compare that to last year's data and see if there is a downturn in bullying. I think there will be. I think there already is.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. And what would you say? You mentioned PASAC has received funding from the United Way to be able to offer this. So what would you say to our community and our funders about this program?
I would just say thank you very much. I mean, I know we couldn't do it without the United Way and their support. In this time period of budget crunch and state funding being cut, it's just one of those things that we could do by ourselves. So we're very appreciative to the United Way and everyone who gives to the United Way for being able to offer this. Plus, they've got another program in our school right now, the Reading Pals, which is absolutely awesome too. And that would help in the bullying situation too, when you've got another adult that you meet with once a week. There's another significant adult in their life that they can talk to and relate to, which is important. So thank you so much, United Way.
Thank you. And for our viewers, we're going to take a break, and after the break, we're going to talk more about what instances they've seen here at Morgan that have led them to take such a proactive approach to bullying. Welcome back. I'm joined now by Chris Scheffer. Chris is the assistant principal here at Morgan Elementary. Chris, thank you for coming on camera with us today.
Thank you for having us.
I just met with Vicki, and she's explained a little bit about what's going on here at Morgan with regard to prevention, and specifically prevention of bullying here at the school. She mentioned that you are measuring referrals, and I'd like to give our audience today an understanding about what referrals and incidents are. So when you have situations arise here at Morgan, specifically bullying situations, how do you become aware of incidents taking place in the classroom?
Those can occur in a couple different ways. We have part of our behavior management program here at school is known as the PBIS, also known as Positive Behavior Intervention System. And so we have classroom guidelines posted, and so as students progress throughout the day, behavior is managed really at the classroom level to a certain point. As their clip is moved down their behavior stick, so to speak, they are given warnings and opportunities to correct their behavior. The behavior is retaught in the classroom. But if those aren't successful, eventually they do result in an office referral. If it's a significant bullying issue in particular, that they are immediately sent to the office with the office referral. A referral is more or less just a behavioral write-up, if you will. I receive them here in the office. We talk about the situation. If it's unfortunately a repeat offender, we make contacts home. If it's necessary, we go to the code of conduct and look at what's in place for that particular incident, and we follow that procedure there in the book. But the referrals give us an opportunity to track behavior as a school. We can track it as an individual classroom, and then we can look at individual students and their behavior. We have a student information system that we input all that data into, and then we can run reports monthly, weekly, daily if we need to. But part of our process is monthly meetings with our PBIS committee, where we look at the data we collect throughout the month. In particular, we do usually address bullying in and of itself.
Does this follow we talked about this happening in a classroom level, but we've also spoken about how all of your special classes are incorporating this curriculum within themselves. So I assume that this bully stick or the behavior stick, does that follow them throughout their day?
Yes, it follows them. Each teacher delivers the management tool to each individual special class, and so they're always expected to follow our Morgan guidelines, whether they're on the bus, in the cafeteria, in the hallways, the restrooms. Those expectations are made clear from day one and taught and followed by the students wherever they are in the school.
Wonderful. So you've got a really inclusive system there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We know this just started. This program that PASAC is doing in conjunction with Morgan just started this school year. So certainly there were some issues that led to this program being a weekly program. Can you talk about what you saw over the last year?
Yeah, bullying in the school system has been an age-old problem, and it has caught on with popular media and really being addressed nationally now. And it's a wonderful opportunity to partner with PASAC here at Morgan to really address the problem. Last year was my first year here, and coming from my experience at the middle level, the cases of bullying weren't nearly as severe as what I had seen in the past. But when you're dealing with a child who is, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, the impact is considerably more than that of a 12 or 13-year-old. And so it was very important to me as a first-year assistant principal who handles most of the discipline to really address this problem head on. And in speaking with our guidance counselor and our principal, we really wanted collectively as an administrative team to do what we could, to go above and beyond. Say bringing in one speaker to speak once to the whole school. We wanted to make it part of who we were here at Morgan. And PASAC partnered with us, offered exactly what we needed. In fact, they were willing to customize, to speak with us, to find out what our concerns were. And a lot of our conversations led to realize that students really don't know how to respect one another. They lack empathy skills to understand where other students might be in their lives at that particular day, and then to have any type of sympathy for another child. And so we're hoping that through the use of the curriculum that they're using there in the PASAC's anti-bullying program, that our students will develop a better sense of community and appreciation for one another, and our culture here at the school will be one of support. Research shows and has shown for years that students learn best in an environment in which they feel safe. If a child comes to school and is fearful of the person sitting next to them or across the room, they're not going to learn anything. And that's what we're here to do. We're in business to teach children and to help make them successful. And so we have to address all the concerns that are there that impact and impede that learning process. And it's been a really wonderful blessing to partner with PASAC. The educators that come into school are wonderful. They're exciting. The students love them. They've built relationships in the last few weeks that will, I believe, last a lifetime. These children are going to remember Miss Heather and what she does for them. And so, it's been a great opportunity.
What are your hopes beyond this current school year?
That we continue this partnership. I'm not one to prescribe to a hypodermic type process where we get one shot and hopefully that'll fix it. I think this isn't going to go away. I think in 1 year. I think it's going to take time. And it's going to take more than just the school. We have to look into our communities and our homes, our families, and encourage them to become part of this team that we're really trying to build here at Morgan to address the bullying and the harassment. And so I see in the future years, this program really evolving into a more of a community-based effort. And that's my hope, is that we can reach out to other agencies and team with them, with PASAC taking the lead and really guiding us through that, and ultimately our children benefiting and becoming those concerned, wonderful, successful adults that our country so desperately needs.
Certainly. You're looking toward a culture change.
Absolutely.
And a culture change starting right here at Morgan.
Absolutely.
Great. Chris, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here.
And now we're going to go meet some of these educators and these students that are benefiting from this great program. I'm joined now by Heather Anderson. Heather is a prevention educator at the Purchase Area Sexual Assault and Child Advocacy Center. Heather, we've heard a lot about you today. Most Principal Conure, Vice Principal Scheffer, both of them have just sung your praises about the work that you're doing here today. So one of the things I really want to explain to our viewers is what you're doing. I know that you do a variety of programs for children. Is that kindergarten to second grade?
I work through kindergarten, first and second grade, yes.
And tell me about your programs.
We are working on anti-bullying programs. We talk about empathy. We talk about having a friendlier school, just a general friendly climate.
Heather, why is teaching empathy so important?
It is the base of all human relations. Knowing how other people feel is very important, and just being a person and having a friendlier school.
And I'd say that such an abstract concept can be very difficult, especially when you're talking about kindergarten. What type of activities do you do with children so that they grasp onto that?
We do a lot of acting, where we act things out. Today we walked around the school as they would walk in line, and one thing that we worked on was our friendly smiles as we walked down the hall, just friendly smiles and how that lights up the school and makes everything feel wonderful.
Do you have situations where children disclose to you situations that are going on with them?
Yes, actually, they end up being very open about what has happened or how they might be having a problem with unfriendly behaviors or bullying behaviors.
And are you able to incorporate that back then into the lessons you
Absolutely,
teach?
absolutely.
Seems like those real world examples are probably the
Right,
most
and there's a lot of
beneficial.
support at the school too for those types of behaviors.
Now I understand that you're here weekly,
Yes, I am.
so you are developing relationships with these students.
Right.
Why do you think that's important?
I think it's so important. This is a very, very highly driven community school. And it's great to see the people that you know around the community and in the school. And it just makes for a firmer relationship.
We've heard a lot about the importance of making this program not just about the school, but about the culture. What are some ways that you're getting involved that are beyond the classroom?
We are involved in back to school nights. Pretty much any program that the school has, we do our very best to show up. Parades in the community, anything we can wiggle our way into, we do it.
And I understand too, though, that you're really developing some important relationships with these students. Parents that may want to get more involved, are they able to get involved? Are there places that they could go to learn more information?
Absolutely. There are so many places here in Paducah that are so incredibly helpful. First and foremost, Purchase Area Sexual Assault and Child Advocacy Center. We work through that organization to provide this program. So
There may be viewers that are wondering, PASAC is a sexual assault center. Why bullying? Why is it that we're involved in those core levels, empathy, bullying?
bullying is the beginning of a spectrum of behavior. It's just the start of an escalation of behavior that may end up as sexual assault. If we can begin now to teach behaviors that are friendlier and more community oriented, we can head that off at the pass.
Truly impacting prevention at a community level.
Yeah.
Do you think this program's working?
Absolutely, I really do. Some days when I just walk around the school, I can see it. I can see that the kids are more relaxed with who they are and with each other.
Do you feel that acceptance comes with that as well?
Absolutely, it does.
All right, last question. What is your hope for the future of this program?
My hope for the future of this program is that we will have worked our way out of a job.
Do you think it'll extend beyond this year?
I do. I do believe it will. I hope so, because we have, our kindergartners and preschoolers now, and I hope to continue that relationship with those kids.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Heather, for joining us, and let's go meet some of those children. One of the best parts of my visit here to Morgan Elementary has been to get down and really talk to the students. So I have a new friend with me. This is Miss Jasmine. Jasmine, how are you today?
Good.
Good. You are a student in one of Miss Sherry's classes, is that correct? And tell me what you learned from Miss Sherry.
That you should always treat others the way you want to be treated.
You should always treat others the way you want to be treated. And as far as Miss Sherry's room goes, is that something that you get to do often, or is that something you only get to do one time?
Like one time a month, like every 4 weeks.
Every 4 weeks you go to Miss Sherry's class.
Mm-hmm.
And does she do fun activities with you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me some of the things you've done in Miss Sherry's room?
Like one time, we get to act bullying out.
Oh, and tell me about that.
Like sometimes a person like bullying a person, and one person gets them out of it.
So that would be when we got to show how other people want to be treated, is that right? And what did you tell me that's called?
The golden rule.
The golden rule. Have you ever seen bullying happen in your school?
Like one time.
Just one time? And did somebody help that kid out? And do you think that was because they learned the golden rule? Yeah. Jasmine, what grade are you in?
Third.
Third grade. So you're right in the middle. And do you think that it's important for kids to learn about bullying?
Yes.
Why do you think that's important?
Because if they don't learn it when they grow up, they'll be mean to people when they grow up.
They'll be mean grown-ups, won't they? So it's important to learn that while you're little. And do you teach other people about what you learn? Yeah. Now, I think you told me you have some brothers at home. Is that right? And are they bigger than you or littler than you?
All bigger.
They're all bigger than you. And do you teach them the golden rule?
Mm-hmm.
And do they do a good job doing the golden rule? Yes. So you're teaching your family about the things you learn here at school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what would you say to a kid that's being bullied? What would you want them to know?
That the golden rule says treat others the way you want to be treated.
And if everybody does that, what's going to happen to bullying?
It's gonna be extinct.
It's going to be extinct. That's a very big word for you. Jasmine, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
My next friend to join me today is Jadis, and Jadis is in 5th grade here at Morgan Elementary. Jadis, thanks for coming on the show with me today. We are going to talk a little bit about bullying, and since you're in 5th grade and you're one of the older kids here at the school, I'd love for you to tell me about what you're learning in Miss Sherry's class.
We're learning about that, like, if you get bullied, it's not the other person. If you go bully somebody else, they will feel the same way you feel after you've been bullied.
So you talk about how bullies make people feel, huh? And have you ever seen bullying at the school before?
Yes,
Do you think it's important that we learn not to be bullies?
yes.
Yeah. And what are ways that Miss Sherry teaches you how not to be a bully?
She tells us that it's not nice. It might hurt somebody else's feelings, even if they don't show it.
So what do you do if you get bullied? Can you bully back?
No,
No, so what should we do?
we should tell a teacher.
Tell a teacher? What if there aren't any teachers around?
Then we should just walk away.
Very good. So we stand up for ourselves. What would you do if you saw another child being bullied?
I would tell an adult.
And have you ever had to tell an adult about a bullying situation you've seen? You have. Yeah. And you know what they call that? They call that being a good bystander. You were going to say tattletale, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they teach us when we're little bitty, isn't it? You know what I think? I think that's what bullies teach us so that we don't tell. Do you think that might be true? Yeah. So is it okay to be a tattletale?
No.
What if you see bullying? Is it okay to tell?
Yes.
Does that make you a tattletale?
No.
No, it makes you a good bystander, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like Miss Sherry's class?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's important for the kids?
Yes.
Do you know that we have kindergartners getting these classes now too?
Oh, no.
Yeah, our kindergartens and 1st grade, 2nd grade, every grade gets to go to a class like Miss Sherry's now. So what do you think if we had that when you were in kindergarten, do you think that might change the way that your grade behaves now?
Yes.
Yeah, because they would have known earlier about bullying, right? And what are ways that we can act if we're being bullied?
We should tell them to stop.
And not be a bully back, right? All right. Jadis, thank you for being with me today. You did a great job.
Thank you.
And the last student to join me today is Serenity. Serenity, what grade are you in?
5th.
You're in 5th grade here at Morgan, so you're getting ready to go into middle school. We've been talking to some of your other friends about Miss Sherry's class and how important that is. So tell me what you've learned from Miss Sherry.
That if you bully someone else, they will bully you back.
They might bully you back. And is that how we respond to bullying? If someone bullies us, should we bully them back?
No.
And why is that?
Because if you bully them back, they will bully you right back too.
And it just won't ever end, will it?
No.
No. And what do you think Miss Sherry wants to do by teaching you guys all of this? What do you think her goal is?
To not bully other people.
She wants to make bullying go away, doesn't she? Yeah. And I understand that you've had a situation where you were a good bystander to someone, that you stood up for somebody that was bullied. Is that right? Can you tell me about that?
One day my sister got hit by a girl, and then I stand up for her. Then I went to go tell Miss B at the Boys and Girls Club, and she dealt with it and suspended her.
It's very important. So what did you learn? You learned what bullying looked like, and you learned the most important thing, which was to tell a grown-up, right? Right. And your sister, I bet she appreciated that, didn't she?
Yes.
And she's your twin sister, is that right?
Yes.
Is she going to Miss Sherry's class too?
Yes, she's in Miss Farley's class.
So you guys are learning how to be good bystanders together, aren't you?
Yes.
And you mentioned the Boys and Girls Club. You get to go there after school?
Yes.
And do you tell your friends there what you learned here at Morgan Elementary?
Yes.
You do. That's very good. Now tell me a little more about Miss Sherry. I understand that you guys have journals that you use.
Yes.
How do you use your journals?
We write stuff in them that you think is true, and then you put names down and tell them, and then tell Miss Sherry that whoever been bullied, they can stop being bullied back.
So that's a safe way that you can tell a grown-up if you see something happening. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you excited about middle school?
Yes.
And do you think it's important to learn these lessons now before you go to middle school?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I was explaining to Jadis that there are some kids now that are as young as kindergartners that are learning these programs. Do you think that's important?
Yes.
And tell me why you think it's important for these little kids to learn these things that you big kids get to learn now.
Because if they grow up, if they don't know this stuff, they will be a bully when they get older too.
That's exactly right. But if we teach them now, what are we going to do?
They're not going to be a bully.
Nope. So bully goes away, doesn't it?
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? No? Well, you did a wonderful job. Thanks so much for sharing your stories with me today.
You're welcome.
Last year, your Paducah-McCracken County United Way provided services to over 16,000 individuals in our community through its 12 partner agencies. PASAC is proud to be one of those agencies. If you'd like to support programs like those you saw today, please consider a donation of your time or of your money to the United Way Paducah-McCracken County. You can contact them at 270-442-1691 or visit their website at unitedwaypaducah.org. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Rays of Hope.